Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is week 53 of my carnivore journey. So I'm now talking to you from week 53, but after I speak to you, we're going to go back and we're going to look at what was I doing exactly 12 months ago when I was on week 2. I'm going to take my glasses off because I can see all the reflection there. So that might be distracting to some people. So week 53 of my carnivore journey. So I do have to tell you a little story. My doctor did some blood tests recently and said that my cholesterol was too high. And he said that he would give me 10 to 12 weeks to adjust my diet, and then we'd do another blood test. But if it was still high, I would need to go on medication. Now, he knows I don't want to do that, and I won't be doing that. I'm not worried about the high cholesterol. I mean, do your own research, but there's enough research out there to say that cholesterol is not the problem. It's not what causes heart attacks, but don't take this as medical advice from me. You do your own research on that. But I thought, well, I better try and lower my cholesterol. So I went on, I thought, what can I do? Well, I'll cut out most of the red meat and I'll lower the fat intake. So I was eating boiled chicken and fish cooked in a little bit of butter. Well, I can tell you that I went from 1 meal a day, sometimes I have 2 meals a day, to 4 meals a day. One night I even woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning starving. I could not sleep and I just had to get up, and I had a meal at 3 o'clock in the morning. It took me a while I didn't put 2 and 2 together. What's wrong with me? Why am I eating so much? Why am I hungry? Well, it was because the food that I was eating wasn't satiating. There was no fat in it, or very little fat, and it just was not keeping me feeling that I was full. Whereas when I have red meat, I'm very full. I can go on 1 meal a day, some steak and some eggs, or a bit of pork roast or something, and it took me about a week or maybe 5 days of doing that to realize I can't keep doing that. So I'm back on my normal carnivore way of eating, but I've seen that over about the last 6 to 8 weeks, I have not lost any weight. And again, I track everything that I eat so that I can look back and go, what am I doing differently? Well, what I've done differently is that I've upped my fat intake. I've started to eat pork roasts, which involves the pork crackling, and also, they do have a lot of fat on a pork roast, and I've been eating all of that. So I still do have about 10 to 15 kilos to lose. So in order to do that, I am going to make an effort. I've just used my last pork roast. I'm going to make an effort to try to stick to steak, as in I'll either have lamb steak or I'll have beef steak. Then I'll have some chops, and I will have a couple of meals, maybe of chicken, 1 or 2 of chicken, and maybe even a pork chop. But I won't be having the pork roast. I won't be having the high fat intake that I've been having, but I still will be having fat in my diet. So my eggs will be cooked in butter. I'll probably put a little bit of butter on my steak, but not as much as I've been having on the pork roasts. And that'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, it'll all be tracked, and I'll see if I start losing weight again. So the other thing is that my rock and roll dance class has been on holidays. It's been school holidays here, and we don't have classes when school holidays is on. So I haven't had class for 3 weeks now. So I'll be going back next Monday, and that's probably had an impact too, because I do dance for 2 to 2.5 hours on a Monday night when I'm doing my dance class, and I love it. So that's another thing. And I've also been working in my own business, and I have just been flat out with production, and I haven't been to the gym as much. So there are a lot of factors there that are happening that I can address, and I'll report back. So where's my weight at? I'm still at 78 kilos. And where was I this time last year? Well, we'll have to look at the video for that. So following this little introduction, I'll give you my video that I recorded exactly 12 months ago on what was it, week 1, I think. I said it was week 2 earlier. I think it was week 1 because my last video was just the introduction. I hadn't actually started it yet. So it was the end of week 1. So let's put that video up and have a look through that. And when that video finishes, that'll be it. I won't come back, I won't say goodbye, so I'll do it now. And don't forget, if you're enjoying the videos, please help the algorithm, help this video spread wide and far by subscribing, by liking, by commenting. Love to hear what you're doing on your carnivore journey. And that will help this video get out to a lot more people and a lot more people learning about the carnivore lifestyle. So thanks again, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Have a great week. Today is day 14, and how have I been tracking? What have I been eating? How have I been feeling? What's my motivation levels like? Let's all have a look at all of those issues. So you would have seen the photos that I put up the front. So I'm now down to 125.5 kilos. So that's a loss of 6.3 kilos. And that weight is 285.5 pounds. So just the beginning, a long way to go, but I'm in this for the long haul. For me, it's not about the weight. It's not about the weight at all. Of course, I do need to lose the weight, and I would love to lose the weight, but my motivation is purely based on how I feel. If this is the first time to my channel, thanks for joining us. And I'll just introduce myself. I'm Diane, but it's Di for short. So I have rheumatoid arthritis, as well as a few other health issues. They're minor compared to the rheumatoid arthritis. You may also notice that I'm wearing a bandage. I have skin cancer, so I've had one removed recently, and it was quite a deep one. I've had another one burnt off. So when you see bandages on me in the videos, there will be more coming. So that's just a little bit of an explanation. So living in Australia, being of English heritage, I always have taken such good care of my skin. I wear a hat outdoors. I will say that I don't wear long sleeves. Even when I'm driving, I have sunscreen in the car, so I put it on my hands. I've taken a lot of care, not so much in my childhood years, so it wasn't really a thing that was spoken about. I grew up in the 60s and 70s, but once I got to my 20s, it was becoming a thing that they said to people, slip, slop and slap, you know, slip on a t-shirt, slop on the sunscreen, and slap on a hat. So I've always done that. I was always the odd one out. We'd all go to the beach as a group as you know, teenagers and 20-year-olds. Everybody else would just be in their bikinis and putting oil on. Me, I'd be wearing thick white cream that I'd plastered onto myself, as well as wearing a t-shirt over my cozies, because I'm an avid body surfer. Absolutely love it. And I will say that I used to spend sessions in the water for like 4 hours. I wouldn't come out except I was hungry. Loved it, and still do. They don't get the chance to do it much anymore. But anyway, so and I've always gardened, been out in the garden. So the downfall of all of that is that living in Australia in such a harsh climate, I have developed skin cancers. So anyone who's watching this, who's in a sunny climate, doesn't matter if it's winter or summer, wear your sunscreen and protect your skin, because as you get older, these are the consequences, which you don't realise when you're young. But as I say, from about 20 onwards, I have worn a moisturiser on my face, or down my neck and on my arms every single day, which is a SPF 15, blocks out the sun. But anyway, on to how am I going. I've had ups and downs this week. I can't say that I have noticed very much change in my rheumatoid arthritis. I have noticed that the swelling in my feet has gone down slightly. It has made my feet feel a little bit better. I do have a lot of pain in my feet, but it hasn't been as much as it has been previously before embarking on this wonderful journey. And what else can I notice? I notice that when I clean my teeth, I don't have gum bleeds. I used to have gum bleeds. It used to bleed a lot, and I would notice that it would bleed if I'd eaten a lot of sugar on a particular day. The very next day, as I'm brushing my teeth, I would be spitting out lots of blood, but that's cleared up. Well, obviously I'm not eating sugar, but my gum did bleed from time to time. I do tend to be a little heavy-handed when cleaning my teeth, which will cause the gum bleeds, but I haven't changed that aspect of it, and I don't have gum bleeds. So that's a win. Obviously something's going well there. Headaches, I haven't had any headaches, but I didn't have any headaches coming into this. I do suffer from migraines, and at times I will suffer from really serious headaches, but I put that down to a lot of the medication I'm on. So I am on a chemotherapy drug called methotrexate, and I have decided that I am not taking that anymore. Not in consultation with my doctors, and this is not a recommendation for anybody else. I'm just telling you my personal journey. But I can't handle the side effects of that anymore. There are too many side effects. And one is I feel like I've been run over by a bus, and I can't do anything for 2 days. As well as it knocking me out, I sleep for 16 to 20 hours the day after I've taken it. The following day, I need at least 12 to 15 hours sleep. That's taking 2 days out of my week. You know, why do I want to give that up? So there's a lot of other side effects, sores on the face, lots of mouth ulcers, nausea, which just stays with me all the time. So I normally take it once a week, and I've decided that I'm not doing it. So today's the day I'd normally take it. I'm not doing it anymore. And because I'm on this journey, and I believe that this journey is going to help me more than that drug is. That drug's probably going to harm me more. But anyway, that is not medical advice, just saying that out there again. Do your own research. If you're seeing a doctor, speak to your doctor. Do whatever you want to do, which is right for you. I am doing what's right for me. Okay, so any other changes? What have I been eating? I was eating rump steak. I find it really dry. I've got to be really careful the way I cook it, because I've overcooked it twice, and I've bought my first ribeye this week and I overcooked it. I just don't want it to be too, what I call bloody in the middle, too pink in the middle. I don't mind a little bit, but I cooked it all the way until when I cut it, it was grey in the middle and it was dry. So very disappointing. So I've got to get that down pat. So each day, what do I eat? I'll put up a spreadsheet because I do keep a record of it. But generally, it seems to be like every second day I'll fast. But I'm still taking supplements. I'm still taking my zinc, magnesium, multivitamin. I take a lot of magnesium, a lot of different types of magnesium, because I do suffer from cramps. What else am I taking? I'm taking anti-inflammatories, so I take krill oil, I take turmeric, curcumin, I take New Zealand green lip mussel. All of those are anti-inflammatories. I take garlic for heart health. Now I know that these don't fit with being I'm on the lion diet. But I just can't give up my supplements at the moment because, I'm just worried about my health, particularly the magnesium. I cannot give that up. How else have I been going this week? Well, I've been suffering from brain fog, like really bad, on Thursday. Yeah, it was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like I'd just woken up and had the sort of, when you wake up and you're sort of a bit foggy and then you get on with the day and you're fine, you jump in the shower or you have breakfast or whatever, and then you're with it. Well, I felt like I'd just woken up all day. Really wasn't with it. Didn't do too much. I just took it easy. And that day I was fasting, but I didn't feel like eating. I still felt a bit of nausea because I'd had the medication last week. It's a constant thing, but I fasted for 24 hours and didn't eat until 5 p.m. that day and only had the one meal. But then Friday I ate at 2 o'clock. Just had the one meal at 2 o'clock. Yesterday I had 3 lamb griller chops and a piece of corned beef. So, but other days I'm having 1 or 2 meals. It seems to be getting down to just 1 meal a day. I just don't feel hungry. That's why, eat when you're hungry. Well, I don't feel hungry, so, but I do have to have something to eat when I take all those tablets because I am still on steroids for the rheumatoid arthritis. I won't be able to stop them, and again, this is not medical advice, this is my personal situation. They've tried to wean me off them before, and it gets to the stage where when I go too low, the pain in my feet, my hips don't work, my knees don't work. I'm not able to get out of bed. I'm struggling just to make it into my ensuite to go to the toilet and then back to bed. So I can't give them up, and I would have to have a noticeable decrease in the swelling so I know that the inflammation is going, and then I have to wean off them slowly. So I'm on 3.5 milligrams a day. I have to wean off 0.5 milligram, wait a week, another 0.5 milligram down. So it will be a slow thing, but I am looking forward to being able to do that. What else has been happening this week? Not much. Because I've had the thing on the hand, I'm not really supposed to use my left hand, but I can't get by with just using one hand. So I've had to limit what I do. Normally I'd be out in the garden a lot, so I'd be more physically active, and I'm not able to do that. So I'm really missing being out in the garden. So I get up early so it's not too sunny, or work later in the afternoon. I try to avoid the daytime sun, and I haven't been able to do any of that. And when I can't be outside, I'm usually cooking, because I have my YouTube channel, Di's Home and Garden, and I do love lots of cooking on there. Well, at the moment, I don't want to be cooking. I don't know. Would it tempt me? I don't think so, the way I feel, because I feel full. But I don't want to be cooking cakes and, nice things. So I do cook meals for my daughter because she's got 2 young children and she runs a business. So that she doesn't have that worry, and I enjoy cooking. I enjoy doing that for her. So I have cooked her some meals, but nothing that would really tempt me. What else have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of crocheting. Normally I would do sewing. I've had to stop the sewing because of my hand. So I've been given instructions not to lift anything or move it too much for the next 4 weeks. I'm getting bopped on the head by this bougainvillea. It's beautiful, if you can see it. But it has got thorns and the wind's making it bop me on the head. Anyway, so that's our update for week 2, day 14, and I hope to see you back next week. And I hope that if you've embarked on this journey, that you've got
some really good reasons. Look at the why are you doing this. It shouldn't just be about weight loss. Yeah, I think it'd be too hard if it was just about weight loss, because if you don't see the weight coming off, where's the motivation? And give yourself a timeline. So I'm giving myself 90 days. Not that I'm going to stop this after 90 days, but I'm telling myself, well, you know what? You might not see very many improvements until you're up to that last run towards the 90 days. But I'm sure that every week along the way, I'm going to be having just little things that are pushing me along, spurring me along, and motivating me. Just little wins, but they'll all add up to something big in the end. Anyway, catch you next week. Bye for now.